I'm actually genuinely surprised that there was a lot of support for me to continue talking about this series. You guys actually genuinely wanted me to continue talking about Fairy Girls, which I was like, okay, I guess we can make this like a regular thing on the channel, or at least I definitely want to talk about chapter 2 and 3 throughout the rest of the series. And I think like I'm going to bundle chapter 2 and 3 together, since they are technically the same sort of plot that they're going with, from the same whole little mission of the royal palace in Shippuden. So pretty much from what we have, even though from the first chapter we find out that that little boy I mistaken, I thought I was a girl due to the actual art style, finds out that actually that there's this like an inside person that attacked like his father inside the whole royal palace, and it's like, oh, we got some shit going down. I'm not gonna lie, for what it was, I'm genuinely surprised it keeps to original fairy tale, like sort of how it acts with the edginess and just like the comedy of everything in the way it keeps to it, even though like the art looks a lot like a shoujo art style. It just like, it really just weirds me out. It's like you're seeing like fucking like all the girls out in there like fucking Kagura like fucking throwing a sword through and like nearly killing fucking like Urzu and shit, and then even Grey, like even as well we see it like Juvia looks at Grey. So definitely like, and I remember people saying like, oh, there's plot holes. This takes place during the time like of the Grand Magic Games, I believe. Like it took place like after, like definitely after the Dragon War, and there were, I think if I remember, that there is actually a part in the, like the novels and stuff, although, and there was a little bit afterwards that they did actually spend like a couple of weeks or so like afterwards in there, so I guess it can technically be canon in a way, but to be honest, it's such a like fucking just like mishmash of stuff that's like, who cares? It's just there to be fucking fun, and it's just like, I just liked it when fucking like Juvia was losing her mind because she saw like Grey like half naked, which, you know, you always fucking see, just like fucking just freezes nearly the entire place and just nobody gives a fuck. But the villain, surprisingly, for this whole thing, like when you see like the king himself is actually the fucking villain, and turns out it's like, oh no, by the way, I'm actually like, I'm this guy that fucking just looks like the king and just like fucks with you. And it's like, that's an interesting thing, because they open up the fucking doors and there's just all the guards, because he's like, oh, I'll notice if anything's going wrong, and he's like, oh, let's test this fucking theory out, and just opens the door and then find out that this motherfucker is like a piece of shit. And I'm like, that's generally like, I don't know, that was just something to like expect, and turns out that it's just like this fucking weirdo, I believe his name was like Damane or Dame, like who's like part of the Raven Gauntlet. It's like, I was pretty surprised, you know, he like seemed like put up a good fight, but actually fighting the guild leader himself, which is into like chapter 3, yeah, a fucking bear, like the leader of the actual thing, like, because we had these cool little wind people that gave like some, you know, Wendy some time to shine, and then we also had like the fucking leader themselves was like this giant bear, and I don't know, but I was just laughing my fucking ass off when it was just like, the whole reason they can't attack him is because he's too adorable, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, if this is, I generally think if that was like the general part of the fairy tale, which, let's be honest, the main fairy tale like storylines can get fucking stupid sometimes with like some of the stuff that happens to it, but nothing like that. I don't think Hero would ever put something like fucking that stupid. Whereas like the girls are literally stopped at how cute it fucking is, and I'm like, and that's like a whole chapter dedicated to that. And it turns out like, oh, Juvia saves the day because she likes Grey more, and I'm thinking there like, this isn't fairy tale. I know it isn't fairy tale, but I'm thinking like, if this was a general chapter, I would call this the most stupidest fucking shit ever. But then I had to realize it's a spin-off, it's cool, and I'm generally laughing. I'm laughing like it's, oh god, it's so bad that it's funny, you know, that kind of way. Which doesn't mean like, this is honestly just like its own little thing, little side thing. And I know there's like another chapter that's out, but that's like chapter 6 or something, like there's like a huge skip throughout it, so definitely, yeah, I'm not gonna go straight into chapter 6. I definitely want to see, you know, there are others, you know, I want to see the 4 and 5 to see like what's going on, but so far, you know, the best thing honestly I like about it is that, you know, A, my fucking girl Julia's getting some love. 2, I genuinely like the art. I think it's a great little fucking twist to like, I like the weird like sort of the faces kind of remind me of Panty and Stocking in a way. Like it kind of reminds me of that sort of style to it, and you know, it's just fun honestly. So yeah, that's honestly, I didn't want to do chapter 2 and 3 separate. I honestly wanted to do my like one kind of little big review honestly to let you guys know how I honestly felt, because I thought, you know, you guys really wanted me to talk about it, so I thought, why not? I'll give you 2 and 3 in a whole. And I thought, why the fuck not? Because it's Fairy Tail, and I feel like since I love Fairy Tail a lot, and you know, Fairy Tail's one of my mainstays of my channel, it's like definitely I'm gonna fucking talk about it since I've been talking about it since fucking like Grim Your Heart through Tenrojima. So you know, I've been through the series for a fucking long time, like being caught up with it. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of this chapter. I honestly can't really rate it, although I gave like the last one like maybe a 6 or a 5. I mean, it's just there. It's just honestly there, so I can't really say too much. And hey, fucking 4 and 5 are translated in 6. Maybe I might do like a 3-in-1 chapter review of that. Who knows? But honestly, it's been kind of cool talking about these chapters. But that's all from me. So thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.